This section of the Neighbor Impact Board of Directors presentation will cover how technology and information systems work for members of the board. In this section, we will cover finding resources necessary for participating in board meetings and an overview of your account. As discussed in previous sections of your orientation, the Neighbor Impact Board of Directors meets monthly. While most of these meetings will be exclusively hosted remotely, all in-person meetings will have a remote option for board members who are unable to attend in person. The agency uses Microsoft 365 for a variety of technology solutions, such as Microsoft Outlook for emailing and Microsoft Teams for sharing files and hosting virtual meetings. Joining a remote meeting is easier than ever. Rather than searching for a link in an old email, you can join Teams meetings by clicking the Join button on the Teams calendar. To access the Teams calendar, open Microsoft Teams and sign in. Then, click on the calendar on the left column. Once the calendar opens, find the meeting on today's date and click Join. While you already have an email address that we use to communicate with you, you must use your new Neighbor Impact account to participate in board meetings. Certain features in Microsoft Teams, where our remote meetings are hosted, require this account. You will receive an email to your personal email account from Michael Hensley, the agency's Chief Information Officer, instructions for you to set up your Neighbor Impact account. Once this account is set up, you can access a range of apps including Teams for meetings and files and Outlook for emails and calendars. Please keep track of your password. While our IT department can reset the password for your account, it may take up to an hour to take effect. To access our remote meetings, you will be using Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams remote meetings work largely in the same way as Zoom, but fosters a greater degree of collaboration between attendees. The other collaboration features include creating a shared file repository for groups of people. For example, all board documents are stored in the Board of Directors team. All members of the Board of Directors have access to this team and can review files whenever necessary. To access Microsoft Teams, you can use the web application by going to teams.microsoft.com or by downloading the app from the web. If you are already a Microsoft Teams user for another organization, it is important to switch to your Neighbor Impact account before joining a meeting. This is necessary to give you access to all the meeting features we use. Meeting agendas and associated files are distributed before meetings for you to review. These agendas are sent in an email from the executive specialist 1 week before the scheduled meeting. You will need to sign into your Neighbor Impact account in order to access the agenda and associated files. The board also uses the Decisions app. The Decisions app is used inside of Microsoft Teams. It has a range of features that make a generic meeting more tailored for boards. We use this app to create, edit, and distribute agendas, take votes, collect minutes, and store relevant files. You can access the agenda and meeting materials within the Teams meeting by clicking the Agenda button at the top of your screen. In order to access the Decisions app, you must be signed into Microsoft Teams with your Neighbor Impact account. If you try to access these from your personal account, you will be denied access. We take cybersecurity seriously at Neighbor Impact. As a result, we require all Neighbor Impact accounts be secured with multi-factor authentication, also known as MFA. MFA protects accounts by requiring an additional step to sign in, beyond your username and password. Please scan the QR code on the slide to access the IT Trainer's scheduling page to book a time to have this configured. The process should take fewer than 5 minutes to complete. If you do not book a time now, please be on the lookout for messages from the IT Trainer asking you to complete this required task. If you are having difficulties accessing files or joining or participating in remote board meetings, the agency's IT Trainer is available to provide support. To schedule a training with them, please scan the QR code on your screen. This concludes this section of the Board of Directors orientation covering the overview of Neighbor Impact Information Technology Systems. Feel free to rewind the video to any part if the presentation went too fast or you were unable to read a particular slide. Thank you for your attention in this presentation. If you have any questions about the information covered, please reach out to the board president, executive director, or the executive specialist.